Probably like 6-ish. You know, you can't. I mean, I'm not the type of nigga to pull up at. You feel me? At 4. It's not me. But you're right though. I do want to like get some food. But I mean, they better have food throughout the party.
They gonna stop serving food by 7.
Well, I'll be there by 6, so not for nothing. But as long as I can get like,
they're gonna have anybody on the grill here.
And that's what I'm afraid of, because he even asked me. He was like, "Yo, like, you trying to get on the grill?" I was like, I wouldn't mind, but I'm not trying to be on the grill the whole night. But honestly, I don't even really want to be on the grill.
Just say no. That's all.
I already told him. I was like, honestly, bro, nah.
Like, you invite me somewhere, you want me on the grill?
You feel me, type shit. But you know that secure. You know what that ensures? I'm not paying at the door.
Well, you was never gonna pay.
I didn't plan on paying at the door either. Yeah.
Wait, who?
For ET3 party.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Sheridan.
Oh nah. Sheridan dinner. He about to tap my pockets for that dinner.
Sheridan.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're just showing up on the humbug, like yo, Pete, I got you later type shit, or
we're paying. We're gonna pay, but it's like one of those spots. It'll probably be a little pricey.
Yeah, it's one of those spots you get what you want.
A la carte, everything a la carte.
Yeah, I might get 5 drinks.
Sure. I mean, you ain't driving, so yeah.
That's a problem, because like you go to something like that, you go to a dinner where you guys are gonna split the bill evenly, right? If one person's getting 4 drinks and you getting no drinks,
I forgot though.
Yeah, you feel me? You might want to get a drink or two, buddy, because we're splitting this evenly. So
you feel me?
It's like one of those things.
Get what you want, man. Matter of fact, let's talk about that today.
What you want to get off your chest, man?
Yo.
I mean, we live. Welcome to the Breachpoint podcast.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know who it is. You know,
yes, sir.
Petey Pablo in the building.
He's jacking it.
Petey Pablo in the building.
Pablo.
Joined by my boy.
V Live, yes, sir.
And then we got
DJ Roby.
DJ Roby in the building, man.
Spot. I like the energy today, y'all boys.
Yeah, I'm feeling it today. You know, we had a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a 2 week. It felt like 2 weeks. Felt like 2 weeks just away from the.
Feel like money.
Yeah,
feel like refreshed, but sometimes you need that little break, you know, so you can regroup and come back, you know, even stronger.
I mean, yeah, it feels good. I mean, not this. I mean, nothing was becoming monotonous, but you know,
Nah.
You know, have a little break, a little refresher.
That's all.
I mean, I don't know where we're going with this today, but you know, we here. What's going on?
You know, well, first and foremost, how was everybody's week? You know, a weekend so far. Anything new? Anything exciting y'all want to talk to us about?
Just did I'm getting out there. Just getting a couple of shoots in, doing some things, getting some shoots for the people.
Okay.
You know, we getting paid to do a little bit of work here and there.
Give it up for Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo in the. I don't know. I might run with that. I mean, Pete Casanova forever, but you know, Petey Pablo in the building as well, man. You know what I mean? Yo,
it got a good ring to it.
Yeah, it does. You know, lapping people at the Run Club.
Okay. We gonna go straight into that.
Yeah. Lapping people at the Run Club. You know.
Talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about a little bit about the Run Club. You know, so today's Saturday, of course. Vlad joins this Run Club every Saturday. Mm-hmm. So. Last week, I just decided, I'm hitting up this Run Club with you. He's like, all right, cool. It's around this and that time. All of that good stuff.
Bring your lungs.
And then he says...
First of all, you gotta even tell me about it. What's up with that?
So, boom, it's Runners Collective. It's Stanford-based, Stanford, Connecticut. Every Saturday, 9:30 morning runs. You know, group of people, we get together and we all just do runs. Different paces. Different faces, different places. Oh my God! Off the top of my head,
maestro. But yeah, to answer your question, my bad, bro. We wasn't even thinking. Well, I wasn't for sure. I don't.
However, you already know about the runs every Saturday, and every time I tell you, you're like, I'll be working Saturday mornings.
Yeah, and I just found out that
every single time I tell you, pop out.
And I just found out that you actually did one already, like before me.
Yeah, but this is a whole new week. You feel me?
Now you're right. We
A little FOMO
we
right
could have hit
here.
you up and told you, but either way, it's like you were out making money anyways.
Yeah, you was doing
So-
what you had to do today.
I mean, you was preoccupied anyway, so
You was doing a little something today.
We doing tense, DJ, we doing tense. Summer's here.
I'm gonna say that boy working.
Someone's here, get
That
that
boy
tent
got
up.
mad
I
hats.
need a tent. I got you.
If I didn't know you, but I would have thought you was Jamaican with all them damn jobs.
I'm trying to understand the reference. But,
Yeah, me
you know.
neither.
You know how there's a whole thing where Jamaican guys have mad jobs. I never heard that.
I feel like I did hear something like that.
All right, audience, let me know if I'm tripping. Y'all, if y'all ever heard that.
You
before,
probably
'cause
tripping,
That's,
maybe,
That's a
maybe.
regular. No, that's
Maybe.
a common thing.
I hear about the red stripe. I don't hear nothing about.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This run club. So I tell Vlad last week, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna hit up this run club with you. He's like, all right, bring your lungs. I said every day. Fast forward, 1 week later, we get back here. He didn't even go last week, which is crazy.
I didn't make it last week. I was just didn't get a chance to.
You had excuses?
That's what it sounds like. It's what it sounds like. I just didn't make it, and that's fine because I still went to the gym. I just didn't make it to the run club. Listen, I'm active around the week.
Which is what he was telling me earlier today, like talking mad smack, just talking smack. It's like, yo, I know I just did legs today. I'm valid either way. Like I'm running, I'm doing this thing. Like you want a coconut water or something? You want some fruit? You want something like I don't want you to go out there like don't die on me, stuff like that. Vlad stuff.
I'm trying to make sure he good. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, did you eat yet? I was like, you want a potassium, you want a banana, gives you energy. You want some coconut water, get you some electrolytes, get you hydrated. It wasn't a knock. It wasn't me talking bad. It was just me trying to be helpful, looking out for
Giving
him.
him some pointers.
Yeah,
Right?
such
That's
is
all.
the
That's all.
such is the case. Like right now, such is the case. But right then and there, I'm thinking he's putting on a show, a performance. So I'm like, I'm not saying anything because I know I do this running, I do the cardio thing, like I do it. So I'm
You
not
do cross country?
Huh?
You do cross country?
Not so much cross country, but I run. Like I do distance running.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
done ran you out a couple spots.
Oh yeah, that was his joke earlier. Yeah, that was his joke earlier that nobody laughed at. But it is what it is. You can say it again on camera. It sounds funnier on camera. All right, cool. He run me out a couple of
They ran
spots.
you out a couple spots. Tuck your tail.
No run, no trip.
Yeah, get out of here. But yeah, I do that. Like cardio is like what I really do. I mean, I'm trying to get into like the weightlifting portion of
Okay.
it, which is why we didn't go to the gym today because he had offered after the run, like, all right, let's go to the gym, let's go lift some weights, and I just kind of like brushed it off like I didn't hear him. But yeah, so he's talking all this smack, doing all this stuff. I'm not saying anything. I'm quiet because I know I do this. Man, we get out there. I'm over here lapping people. I see Vlad behind me. He huffing and puffing. He got the camera doing sweating bullets. I'm just looking at this dude. You know what I mean? But I had a great time. I had a great time. It was just good vibes. I didn't think I was going into it expecting something entirely different than what it was.
What did you expect it to be?
Like I didn't honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't expect like, the vibes to be like that high. Everybody like it looked like everybody really wanted to be around each other. Like nobody was faking it for the sake of just getting the run. Like everybody like legit messed with each other. It's a great community that they got going on.
Good energy.
Dude, Omar is dope. Omar is he runs it. He's pretty dope. I got a chance to like speak to him, a couple of times throughout
Shout out to Omar.
throughout the day. So yeah, it's a good event. I see myself going back. I'm converted. It felt good out there. It felt good out there.
So you said it was good energy out there.
What?
What's the main reason you want to go back though? Because that's not what you were telling me earlier. What you're saying on camera now and what you were saying before is two different things. There was another piece of information that you decided to exclude on camera.
I did.
You don't remember? All right, that's fine.
The thing about I'm maybe I don't know, man.
Got him.
We on camera. Nah, it's not even that we on camera. It's probably just slipping me right now. But we had shouts to them out there. They doing the greatest. They doing fitness. That's why I want to go back.
Okay.
To fitness
Nah,
level,
word.
doing the thing out there. It's not because.
So that was his viewpoint.
Go ahead.
Of what happened this morning. My perspective. So he comes out there. First off, he looks like a a deer in the headlights when he first gets out there. You know, I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, take a couple deep breaths. You know, loosen up. Everybody, you know, we're all here.
I
having a
still
good
think
time.
he's talking smack though. Like, like he hasn't seen me run, so I still think like he's just putting on a show.
And that's the problem,
Be
'cause-
performative.
Roby, you know me, so my tone, it might come off as like I'm talking smack.
So you're an asshole and you're a good person at the same time.
Nah, you're an asshole.
They was killing him for
Yeah,
that.
they was frying
They
him.
was
boy.
frying him up for that. That's crazy.
Yo, nah. So like, I'm over. You know, I'm just trying to like. It's his first time, so funny. So they do this thing where they ask, "Yo, who's a new member here?" You know, just we're gonna go around. Just say your name, and you know. So we get to Peter. Peter started off. He's like, "Yo, my name is Pete," and then he goes to like try to give a whole backstory. And then they stop. Hey, whoa, just your name, just your name,
I'm
buddy.
looking like a dumbass. I was like, oh, I was about to give the whole spiel, and then it was like, no, we just want to just say your name. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
About to give you a whole resume.
Yeah, and then I started lapping them when it was time to run.
Nah, it was cool though. Like I joke, I kid, but you know, it was cool. I mean, you know, I'm glad that you got out there and you enjoyed it because it's a good community. It's a good energy. It's good vibes. You know, so
Yeah, it felt even better because I almost didn't make it. Like I woke up early and I was just BSing on my bed. Like I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do nothing. And then it was so I woke up at 5 and then I was just in bed until like 6:30. And I'm just contemplating, do I hit up Vlad and be like, nah, man, I'm just gonna show up later and then we do, you know, what we're doing now. But something told me, yo, get up, get out there, go get dressed, go do what you need to do. And I loved it.
put them onto my smoothie spot. Put them onto my deli. Come on, give me my props, man. Give me my props, bro.
Nah, it was something out there. It's something.
Give me my props, bro.
Nah, you got it. You got
nigga
it. You
swallowed
got
the sandwich, almost bit his finger. I'm like, hey. I'm like, yo, my.
I-
I'm like, hey.
I ate the whole wrapper too. Nah, that was a good chicken cutlet.
Are you the type to lick your fingers after you?
I don't do that no more.
I used to do that.
I used to do
Oh,
that.
I hate sharing stuff with people and then they lick their
Look,
finger
nah,
trying
nah,
to put
nah,
it.
nah.
Oh
back
no, I
in.
don't let them. I point it out.
Nah, that's slow.
I pointed out.
Don't lick your fingers around me.
No, I pointed out.
You sharing a bag of shit, don't do that. That's nasty.
No, I pointed out, especially when they about to go do another dip.
Hey.
Yeah, I pointed out. But yeah, I used to do that too. I actually stopped that simply because I hated people doing it. So yeah, I used to be that.
Yeah,
type of
that's
person.
OD. If we sharing something, don't put your fingers in your mouth and try to what kind of shit
Yeah,
is
don't
that?
do that no more.
Who raised you?
Don't do that. Don't double dip. Like if you dip your fry into some barbecue sauce and you bite it and then you try to dip it back in the barbecue sauce, we gonna fight.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
What if you flip it though?
No,
Not even if you flip it.
No,
Not
don't
not
do it.
even on the non-bitten
no,
side.
no. Once it reaches right
Whoa.
up here, it's not going back in there.
It
Not
depends.
even on the non-bitten side.
No, sir.
Is the barbecue sauce in a little container?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after I bite it, I'm gonna just pour it. That's not valid?
I mean, yeah, you could do that
pour it.
as long as you don't dip that
Dip it,
fry
yeah. That's crazy.
or whatever
Yeah,
dip
yeah.
any type of food that was already dipped and you went into your,
So
nah.
long as you're sharing. If you're not sharing, do whatever you please.
even if you're sharing, don't do that.
No, as long as you're not sharing, you could double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip. If you're not sharing, yeah.
It's your own stuff.
I don't even do that, bro.
Oh, you
Yeah, I don't
you
do it.
one dip and done.
Yeah. Because if I just do it and I just eat the whole thing, like I don't go back for double. No, I can't do that.
Oh, so your dips be lasting.
You don't
Yeah.
you don't double dip. You don't spin the block on the dip. Nothing. Does that translate to other aspects of your life and other?
What it sounds like is you guys are heathens. That's what it sounded like to me.
Sound like we sound like
It
heathens.
sound like heathens. Y'all do that?
I'm not saying
I
that.
double dip
I'm not.
when I'm shitting. When I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm by
I've
myself.
seen you do it.
I just told you.
Yeah, I seen him do it a couple of times. But it's like,
what's
yeah,
it?
it's your own
It's
food.
my food. Yeah.
I pay for it.
Yeah,
And
of
if I'm
course.
eating by myself, I'm licking my fingers. I'm doing all that.
Yeah, I don't do that. No,
Y'all don't lick your fingers at all?
no I used
Y'all
to do
lying.
it.
If you're
No,
by yourself, you're licking your fingers.
I don't
no,
lick
I
my
used to
fingers.
do it. I don't do it anymore.
I don't lick my fingers. I wipe it off.
Why
and
not
go wash
though?
my
Why?
hands.
What is it? What's is this just you don't feel comfortable doing it, or is it?
It's not. It's never that good to be licking my fingers.
Oh,
You lick the plate too?
no, I don't lick the plate.
Yeah,
But
you should.
if I get some sauce on my fingers, yeah, I might. Yeah, I'm eating by myself. Why not?
I take the napkin. I wipe it off.
Yeah.
I'm bad, man. Maybe I need some home training.
Nah, it's not even about needing some home training. It's just certain things you just grow out of. Just grow out of.
Maybe
Plus,
I'm
you're-
immature.
Like you don't know the type of stuff that's on your hands.
How
right
much
now.
stuff you touch all day?
Yeah.
I know you go wash your hands, but
What are we talking about?
Sometimes we're in
I'm eating with my hands already.
Sometimes we're in situations where you didn't get to wash though.
Okay, you didn't get to wash, so you shouldn't even be touching your food with your hands.
You should have, but you do
But
sometimes.
yeah.
You never been in a situation you didn't wash your hands, but you still eat it?
I have, but I'm saying
Do you still lick your fingers?
in that situation, probably not.
Probably not. You see that long pause?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I wash my hands and I'm eating a finger food, I'm eating a sandwich, I'm eating a burger, and I get some sauce on my fingers, I'll lick my finger.
Finger licking good.
Finger looking good. Wings, you ever eat some wings with the like a cherry chipotle wing with the glaze on there? Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, salute. I know, nigga. I got videos of this nigga chomping his food. Like, I got video of this.
Okay. You don't have a video of me licking my fingers.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to spin off the Run Club subject, we had a brief conversation in the car where, if you remember, I was mentioning that sometimes all it takes for you to it's just to be in a different environment and you just forget about all your problems.
Yes.
And doing things like that. You wanted to expand on that for me? Like, I mentioned earlier that, like, let's say if I was home and I didn't come today, I would just be burdened with all the problems that I'm going through, just thinking about solutions and just to get through it. Versus going to the Run Club, it was just, my mind was just focused on one thing, and that was just to run. Everybody is having a great time. The vibes is up, energy is up. All of that is just like, it just felt good to just be outside, just doing some type of activity.
It's almost like a stress reliever, right?
If that's exactly what it was. It was a stress reliever. It felt great to be out there today. And I told the dude I was coming back. He was like, "No pressure." Well, I'm like, "Nah, there's no pressure. I'm really gonna come back. Like, it's not anybody coerced, like, making me do this." But yeah. But that's what we were speaking about in the
because
car.
when you mentioned that to me, and I resonate with that because we've all been on vacation. You take a little road trip or whatever. You're in a different area, and you just kind of forget all your issues that you have going on. You're just enjoying the moment. You're just in the moment and really taking in all the new surroundings and everything around you. So, your mind just drifts away from whatever issues you're dealing with. But
it depends on the issue. Sometimes them bills.
Yeah, but
you can't wait until you get home.
I know a lot of people that take them trips. They be behind on bills. They be on them trips living their life.
Yeah, it's like
living their life.
They gonna get paid regardless, right?
Yeah,
it's like a nice little escape from your current reality.
Yeah.
Like just doing something different period just puts you in a different like mental space. Like it just felt like I'm gonna just keep saying it just felt great to be out there.
And I think that circles back to just your mindset, right? And I think I actually told you this while we were in the car. It's like our issues and our obstacles that we face in life, they're endless. We'll never get to a point where we don't have any obstacles to face. And if we do, we're probably dead. Yeah. Right? So it's all about your mindset and shifting your mindset to... It's funny because I was actually just thinking about this and somebody mentioned it in the podcast. You got to shift to an abundance mindset, right? Mm-hmm. Rather than a scarcity mindset in that way because... Yes, you'll always have problems, you always have issues, but you also have so many other blessings on top of that. Like any issues that you're facing, that you still have breath in your lungs. You still have, for us, we still have able bodies. We still have cognitive functions. So, despite all the issues and things and problems we might be dealing with, if we shift our mindset to just focusing on our blessings and all the things that are going right in our life, we can find that we can be in an appreciative mindset, an appreciative state of mind, So
it's like you could almost say that people just attract some of the bad things that happen to them. Like if we're basing off like mindset, energy, people just attract all their problems.
Law of attraction.
They know, bro.
Yeah,
they know. Breachpoint report.
Yo, I'm gonna do a little something about this Breachpoint report thing, man. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got nothing today. So we just gonna have to file it under I ain't got nothing today.
Wait, just for some clarity, for the audience, because they've heard of the Breachpoint report, but they've never been given, a direct example of it. So what would the Breacher report entail?
I
Like,
gave a synopsis of it before.
did you?
It really entails of like something that I feel like you need to hear. I feel like I just kind of did it.
okay.
I feel like I just kind of did it in a way. Sometimes just switching your space, switching your environment, puts you in a different headspace, and you could find some of the solutions to your problem. It'll just come to you naturally, and do you know what I mean?
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna piggyback my question of the day off of your
Okay.
thing.
All right.
Actually, I feel like I should. I feel like it's a good talking point, so I feel like we should just discuss it and just talk
Get it
about
going.
it.
Let's get it
What is
going.
it?
So I was gonna say, when we find ourselves in these slumps and when we find ourselves going through these things, what is your go-to activity? What's your go-to thing you do to get yourself out of it?
That's
You
easy
know,
for me.
yeah,
I go to sleep game.
you go to sleep.
I go to sleep.
That's worse. It works for you?
It works for me, bro. If I'm stressing out too much on my mind, I go to sleep. I restart. Start
no.
fresh. You feel
Okay,
me?
that's interesting. That's interesting because usually when that happens for me, I go to sleep. I wake up like, oh man,
I wake up and
still,
I feel
still the same
a lot
problems,
worse.
less time.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel.
I go to sleep. Brand new day, new energy, new everything. You feel me?
I feel a lot worse when I do that, but for me, I it depends on the problem, but 9 times out of 10, I'll probably just find myself, listening to an album I really love, just listening to some music, going outside on the walk while listening to the music, listening
Yes.
to some like podcasts. Like there's a podcaster right now. Well, he's a $100 million entrepreneur, Bedros Koulian. We're gonna look him up. We're gonna look him up. But I listened to some of his stuff. We mentioned Andy Frisella one time. I listened to Andy Frisella stuff, and yeah, I just do things like that. Because
So I got to, sorry to cut you off.
No, you
I
good.
got a question. So when you go back and listen to these albums, do those albums bring you back to a dark place or a good place, depending on what album it is?
yeah, I'm subject to that too. Like there's this one album, like, and this is gonna sound crazy. Well, maybe not. I don't like listening to "Damn" by Kendrick.
I got so many theories and suspicions.
I don't like listening to that album.
It
'cause
brings you back to.
It brings you back to like a very dark time,
Really?
2016, 2017-ish. And I had to like kind of find other type of music that would like bring me out that funk. And Vlad had put me on to Boss. So I was listening to Too High to Ride around that time.
Sunny.
And then J. Cole had came out with For Your Eyes Only. So I was listening to a lot of that too. Certain type of music will take you back to a certain place.
For sure.
And
For sure.
there's one other song that I'm gonna listen to forever. Every time.
Wicked. Future.
No. This is around alternative music. This is Clocks. This is Clocks by Coldplay. The piano one, yeah. Every time I'm listening to that song, or whenever it came on, I was going through it. As a kid, locked out my house doing that stuff. I had to go to the pizza shop. Yeah, I could get into it. It goes deep. But,
You watched the movie Sinners?
I didn't yet. No,
You didn't watch it yet?
I didn't watch it.
Well, let's spoil it right
Nah,
now
go
for
ahead.
you.
I know. By all means, I don't. You guys want to talk about it? I don't.
I was just about to say there was a scene where he was playing music and like everyone, it was like a culture shock where everyone's music was like different. They had different people dancing, all different genres.
That was a great scene.
That was a great scene, but in the midst of that scene, it shows you how powerful music is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Music.
So that's why when you said, you listen to certain songs, it brings you to a certain place. That scene replicates, how music can, shift your energy and shift the way you move.
100%.
For
yeah.
sure. For sure.
And what an album! What you hear how ridiculous that pick was? What, like you would think, "Damn" by Kendrick, multi-platinum, I believe, type of album, would inspire, positive feelings because of how global and all of that it is. And here I am having bad memories around that album.
It's natural, right? Because you can't control when you were exposed to that album. So if you were in a state of despair, depression, you were just going through it, that's what that just reminds you of. Just like certain smells, they trigger certain memories. Just anything, like if I was to play like an old game, I'm like, yo, I remember like the GTA the trilogy with GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City. Just playing those games, it just brings me back to when I originally first played those games. It just brings me back to thinking. I'm like, damn, yo, like involuntarily, like I just can't help but to remember because that's what you attribute it to. That's the first time you were really listening to the album, and that's what it brings you back to. So I think it's natural.
You see how fast the time has moved.
Oh, time flies.
You
Time
go back
flies,
to
bro.
you go back to those games.
Time flies.
You know, all the things I used to do when you were young.
Yeah.
You know, you go back to it. You see how as youths, younger children, we were just like, I can't wait to grow up. Boy, was that a scam.
We've been breached.
We've been breached. Okay, what's up?
When was the time you guys feel like it was you had the most fun in your life? Like what age range you think I'll go back? Was it college, high school, middle school?
Definitely was not college. Definitely wasn't high school. Jesus. I think I got 2. No, I think I got 3. I got 3. And I think 2.
3.
No, I got 3 different eras.
We don't need a top 5, buddy. We just need
No, but I got like 3 different eras. And I think 2 of them everybody shares like with me. Well, maybe 1.
Go ahead.
All right, so I got the summer of 2008.
2008. Summer 2008.
Summer 2008. Oh my God.
Give us
bro.
a backstory.
What was going on?
Yeah, tell us, man. Obama.
Everything.
What's going on?
Obama.
2008? Like,
And you know, kids on the block. You know, you couldn't wait to come home from school, and you're just with your peoples on the block, stuff like that. I miss those type of memories where you would just come home.
those are fire.
Do your homework as fast as you can. Just go outside, be with the people.
I remember when he was getting
Inaugurated. Go ahead. Take your time.
inaugurated, and they had to sit and watch it.
Yo, inauguration day, Presidente. Yeah, we had the whole thing. Yeah, I remember
My
that.
president's black, my Lambo blue.
Yeah.
Yo, summer 2016.
Summer 2016.
Yeah.
Why everybody always goes back to summer
I just
2016.
said we could share like possibly 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer 2016 for sure.
Summer 2016.
The beginning half of 2016, because then it started to get a little crazy for me. It started to get a little crazy for me towards the September through
That was
December.
like senior year.
26. Oh yeah, you guys.
That was right before senior year for us.
I was already 2 years out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2
Summer
years
before
out.
senior year. Yeah.
And then the last one, God bless everybody who didn't make it around these times. But when we were quarantined,
Quarantine was,
yeah,
in hindsight, quarantine wasn't as bad as,
I was the
as they make it
healthiest
seem.
I've ever been.
Yeah. Quarantine was good. In certain aspects.
Yeah.
Quarantine was the time to make money.
Quarantine, yeah.
I learned that late.
Yeah.
We were just messing around in the crib.
You didn't get the PPP loan?
Hell no. Didn't they crack people for that? They ended up cracking. No, they ended up forgiving people.
A lot
no?
of people got a lot of people got away with
A lot of people
stuff
got
during,
up, but a lot of people got caught.
Yeah, a lot of people got away with a lot of stuff during COVID, man. It's cool though because everything must come, there's a saying out there. There's a saying for all these things
out there for all these things,
I'll
man.
tell you what, if you can go one up on the government, why not?
Oh, we out of here.
Yeah. What's your
Yeah, go ahead,
name
say
and-
more.
First
Say
name,
more.
last name.
Vladimir.
Yeah,
Where
we
can
outta
they find you? Yeah. If I had to pick a time where I felt I was the happiest, it's hard, but I would have to probably say my freshman year of college, because that was when I was out of shape. Going into my freshman year, I was out of shape. And then by my second semester of my freshman year, I was in shape. Like, probably the best shape that I've ever been in my life at that point.
I got a question real quick.
Go ahead, little bro.
All right, little guy. And I promise you I'm not shooting.
Don't shoot.
No, I promise you I'm not shooting.
Well, you can shoot. I always got a vest on.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Did your training wheels come off?
Expound on that.
Like within our family's household, when you're in high school, you still kind of have to like abide by some of the rules that are set.
Yeah.
Versus when you're in college, the wheels is
Yeah.
off. Like you could pretty much be your own man.
So at that
type of
point,
thing.
So I know it kind of might sound a bit braggadocious, but I've always been just slightly more mature than some of my peers, slightly. So a lot of things that appealed them didn't necessarily appeal me in the same manner. So yes, it was cool getting, that sense of independence and sense of, you're by yourself and you're able to govern yourself and do whatever you want. However, I was still keen, to do certain things and not do certain things. Like I didn't just lose myself. You know how some people, if they're under a magnifying glass while they're being raised, when they finally get that taste of freedom, they bug out. They just do
lose it.
whatever. Yeah, they wild out. That wasn't necessarily me, So I guess that training wheels weren't. They were. I guess they were kind of there because I had a safety net, but I wasn't really using them. Training wheels were there, but I was already zooming. Like, you feel me? I was going downhill. Training wheels not even. I was already fully balanced. If I had to, if we're sticking to your metaphor.
I mean, yeah, you got it out the way earlier. You were one of the few who had like a car early, and you weren't bugging out.
Yeah, I had a car early.
You had that Civic.
Yeah. I had that Civic.
Yo, we was in that Civic coupe.
We was in that Civic deep.
Yeah,
then when I lost Civic for a little bit. I was driving my mom's minivan. Yeah, the Kendrick.
I wasn't there with the minivan.
Yeah, because I was at that point. I was already in
Heavy.
I was already in Heavy. But like I lost my car was like out of commission for a little while because my engine kept on overheating, so I had to get an engine swap. But we're in high school, I didn't really have the bread for it. My parents not paying for that, so I had to stack bread. So like in the meantime, I was like, "Mom, let me hold the car down." And I actually really drove for her like that. But yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have to say, my freshman year of college, a lot of like soul searching, a lot of like self discovery, just figuring out who I am, what I like, and just putting myself out there in just different situations, a new environment. It was pretty cool. Made some really, met some really cool people. Did some things that I'm not the proudest of.
Elaborate, please.
Got him.
Okay, all right. Just long story short, I wasn't as focused as I should have been, when I was away at school, and I just, I might have failed a class or two, or just
Yeah, why is that? Where did that come from? Like, what do you?
that was just me. It wasn't that
I failed a
it
class
was
too. I'm not.
Yeah, it wasn't that I couldn't keep up with the work or that I couldn't handle the work. I just wasn't interested, and there was just so much going on around me. So again, it comes to the like you got to govern yourself, and nobody's gonna tell you to go to class. Nobody's gonna tell you to do this and that. So I was still going to class, but I was a kid that I always relied on my intellect and just my charm and my wit. Teacher would be like, "Oh, he's so bright, this and that." Teacher would hit you with that. Yeah. So when you get to college, and it's like you can't procrastinate and try to cram something in last minute. It don't work like that in college.
I
was getting away with that shit in high school. I get to college and it's like it was an eye opener. I was like, oh man, I can't do this. So even after that, I was like, you know what? Let me go to RCC. Let me hunker down. Let me just get back on track. And that was probably the best thing for me because it was good to get the experience and do that. But yeah, so college.
Man, I'll tell you what. At one point at the end of the semester, bro, I was begging the teachers to pass me. I'm like,
please.
I was sending emails. I'm like, yo, I'll do all the extra credit you need. I need this to graduate.
Did you go away for college?
Yeah, I went away all 4 years.
And you went away for college for a bit.
Yeah, just literally just that 1 year.
How did it feel when you guys came back home?
Everything was always changing. Like
Yeah.
the whole way going to school, I seen the whole Tappan Zee Bridge get built. I'm like,
yeah.
The Jewish community, they ran it up. Everyone's selling their house. I'm like, oh, every day, every time I come back, it's a new building up.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in that area. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Also in a sense that when you come home, did everything just feel like small? Were you like ready to be back on the road? Were you fine with like being at home? Having been away, being one person?
I feel like
being
back home, I felt more contained. You feel me? I feel more contained. I feel like I'm with my people. When I'm out there, I got my people out there, but it's a whole different vibe with the people at school and the people here. Granted, I still fucked with people over there, but in different areas. Mm-hmm. Everyone's more spread out.
My experience with that, so there will be this thing, people, and people know that. No, there's a difference between being bored at school and being bored at home. So a lot of times I would come home and it's like it's boring. Like, yo, if you're not linking your peoples, it's like, you just at the crib, and it's like you're gonna go back to school soon. So it's like, all right, I'm just kind of just like time is just taking until I can finally like, get up out of here for the weekend, you know. But being bored at school, you with all your other peers, and it's like, oh, we about to have,
We could get
be
some
bored
motion.
together and do some, you feel me, do some fun shit. Let's go do some dumb shit, like, and
Sounded like he was doing a lot of dumb shit.
nah, it's just like little dumb shit. Like we was young, like we was just out of high school, so we was doing little dumb shit. It's funny because Snapchat. So I still had a bunch of videos, and I just be looking. I'm like, yo, we were just immature and just doing fun. In hindsight, it seems immature, but at the time, it was just fun. Harmless fun.
Yeah.
Harmless, but yeah.
Yeah, all right. You guys kept it a little safe with the answers.
I mean,
What you want to hear?
yeah. What were you expecting to hear from me?
Because you did a little, I'll let Roby answer. I'm like, oh, they about to get going.
No. Because when you ask, like, is there a difference? Like, that's what I remember. Because going home, I was like, yo, it's nothing to do here. Even now, it feels the same. Because I go visit my parents, and I'm like, I'm at the crib. I'm like, all right.
You just be ready to leave, like right there?
No, it's not that. It's not that I'm ready to leave. It's just like, okay, I'm here, but it's like there's really nothing going on here. You feel me? I say what's up to my parents. Spend some time with them, chop it up with them. And then after that, it's like my little sister be in her room, chatting on the phone with her friends. My mom, she's doing whatever. So like we'll talk, but we're gonna sit there and talk for hours. So it's like now what? So it's the same thing. Being bored. I'd rather be bored in my crib than be bored at my parents' crib, type of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay. Well, good answers.
You didn't say your happiest time though. You didn't give us
My happiest time? I would say 2017. That was the most fit I've ever been. Even now, honestly, now I'm having a great time. If I'm being honest, I'm living in it now, and the opportunities that I've gotten now, I didn't even see it before. I couldn't even imagine where I was gonna be today. So, I'm enjoying right now.
No, that's what's up. That's a good mindset to have too.
We have evidence too. Yeah, I could co-sign. Yeah, this guy's living life for real, yo. What did he say last time? I'm very spontaneous.
He's spontaneous.
Yeah, I seen some proof.
He's an asshole, but he's a good person.
But believe it or not, the comments, they agreed with me. You can be both.
No, you fact salute. You feel me? Yeah, word.
Yeah, that was some pretty good engagement. I'm like, oh, they frying Ruby, yo.
No, I just thought the whole thing was funny because he's saying it. As he said, I'm laughing, and then I asked him like, "So, are you a good person or are you an asshole?"
I just told you.
Like, I just told you. Yo,
Oh, what a great time to be alive.
That's great. He's great.
What y'all got going on this week? What's coming up?
It's Memorial Day weekend, so some hopefully for the audience, you guys are going to a cookout or whatever. You guys at this point.
By the way, we're gonna start vlogging and give you some behind the scenes
footage, man. We got some clips today of the run club of me lapping people. Got me lapping everybody. It's not a race. It's not a race. Well, it is to me, man. If the idea is to run, I gotta pass you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You got it, Flash.
Nah, I ain't Flash. PD Pablo. PD Pablo in the building, man.
Yeah,
I like that name. We just gotta make sure it's safe.
But for Memorial weekend, shout out Juice. Going to Juice's birthday dinner tonight.
You want to vlog that?
I'm gonna get some footage. Cause I want to start posting. Stay tuned, but I want to start an Instagram page where I could do like more content away from the fitness and wellness thing.
So regular Instagram page.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. I don't want to fall into the trap of having another Instagram page because then this will be my third personal Instagram page, right? And it's like, why?
Running out of emails.
That's the funny thing is because once you permanently delete it, you could just use the same ad name and the same email again because at that point, there's no existing.
Takes like 30 days, though.
Oh, I've been my page been gone.
No.
Yeah, so I'm good. But yeah, this weekend I got so Juice's birthday dinner should be a movie, should be a vibe. He gonna tap my pockets, but fuck it. I got ET3. My man's ET3. He graduated college. Shout out my guy.
Shouts to ET3.
He's
Shouts
having
to
a
Juice.
graduation barbecue. So all around it's good vibes. We celebrating accomplishments, celebrating milestones. So with my loved ones, my close people. So it should be a good time.
Viral.
Movie. How about you? What you got for the weekend, PD Pablo?
Honestly, I don't know. Just gonna play it by ear. Something's gonna come up where it's gonna be the highlight.
Spontaneous?
Something spontaneous. I don't know. You was at that nice spot too. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
where that is.
You got to divulge that.
Yeah, you
Pier
gotta
57.
Pier 57.
Pier
I
57.
gotta check that out.
Yeah. That was by the water.
It was by the water. It's funny because we was there. Everyone all dressed up, and I guess there was like a jog club too. It was running, and they running into people with suits
Oh
on.
shit.
They mad. I'm like, yo, like you clearly move. Like,
Yeah. Get out the
Yeah,
way. You
we're
see,
all-
you see the run club. Get out the way.
Nah. Y'all seen us all fitted out.
I don't care. Y'all see us
Yeah.
dressed down,
I'll
sweaty.
yeah.
Hey, how long do I have to keep going for before I can say I'm part of the run club?
It's an open community.
I could just say I'm part of the run club right
Yeah.
now. Yo, shouts to Ormo at the run club. we here. I'm here. I'll be back next week to lap y'all around. You know what I mean?
He cocky now. He
Wait,
feeling
hold on. That
himself.
sounded crazy. Pause. I think we should get out of here. That sound crazy.
Why you saying we? You sound crazy.
Yeah,
Like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah, I'm just
Yes.
worried about the.
So I was gonna ask, you're not showing love to for ET3 tomorrow, or you're not popping out. That's not your vibe. I think he's turning it more into like a party. Like
Yeah.
So it's like I already know how his parties get. Like, but that's my man's, and I kind of enjoy the party. So
I'm probably
You enjoyed it.
gonna have to check with you tomorrow about that. I'm not too sure
whatever,
about that
man.
right
If you
now.
Popped out. If not,
Shouts to ET3 though, man. You made it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my guys, man.
Congratulations.
It's a good feat, because it's not an easy thing. Long
College
nights,
is not
essays, just
You beat the odds.
yeah, it's not an easy thing. So
Beat
shout out to
the
my
odds.
guys, man. Shout out my guys.
I think the hardest part about the whole thing is finding a job. Anybody can graduate.
That's the thing. Yeah, they
it's
don't.
like
Yeah,
finding what's next. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Being able to
We gonna
utilize.
figure it out. We always do. We gonna figure it out.
That's all. That's all life is about.
Yeah.
Constantly trying to figure things out.
Well, on that note, fellas,
Yeah, I think we did it, yo.
We did it, man. We did it. We
tune into the next episode.
Yes, sir.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start showing y'all the behind the scenes footage, the vlogs. So
Yeah. If
gonna
you
do
out
it.
there, have a safe weekend. Be healthy. Be great.
Stay safe. Don't
Yo,
drink
what-
and drive. Don't do none of
what's
that.
the name of that thing? That we can start showing the behind the scene.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. We're gonna start
Patreon.
a
Oh yeah, we got
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Stay tuned, yo.
It's coming.
We working, yo.
Trust me, it's coming.
That's
It's
all.
coming.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna
Later.
figure it out.
Peace.
Out.